Mic check, mic check, mic check, 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 1, 2. Microphone, microphone, microphone.
We're going to start in 2 minutes. Mayor Greenberg will be the only speaker today.
Good afternoon, everyone, and glad the sun's out. That is great. I first want to start. This is a National Day of Mourning. And I do want to, on behalf of the citizens of Louisville, offer our respects and condolences to the entire family of former President Jimmy Carter, who's being laid to rest today. May his memory be a blessing. And I understand this is a difficult time for the entire Carter family. Our thoughts are also with our friends out in California right now who are dealing with a different type of natural disaster than what we're dealing with here in Louisville. But the devastating wildfires that are out there, we're praying for everyone to be safe and for that to get under control in the near situation. But turning to the issues here locally and the Mother Nature issues that we're dealing with here, wanted to let you know where we are right now with respect to everything from cleaning up from this historic snow accumulation that we've had here in Louisville earlier this week, and what the next 24 to 36 hours are going to look like, particularly with more snowfall expected starting tomorrow. First, I do want to give an update on what probably is the largest disruption right now, and that is at I-264 and US 42. Earlier this morning, LG&E notified us that an electrical wire had been broken near Brownsboro Road and I-264. And upon further investigation, it was learned that there were some other wires that were in need of repair at the same time that were at risk. So LG&E made the decision to immediately repair the wires, and as a result, they had to shut down I-264 in both directions. Right now, westbound I-264 is being diverted onto Highway 42, and eastbound I-64 is being diverted onto US Highway 22. The cause of the break at this time is not known to us. These repairs are expected to take up to 4 hours, so we're hoping to get the highway reopened, but that is the reason for the closure on the Waterston Expressway. In terms of the rest of the roads all across the city, our snow team has remained hard at work, working 12-hour shifts time after time since Sunday morning. We are still operating 24 hours a day, and our Metro Snow team continues to do incredible, difficult work. I want to give them, everyone at Metro government, on our snow team, in my office, everyone throughout our city government that has been working so hard over these past several days. So right now what's going on is we're doing the cleanup work on those primary 110 snow routes that we've talked about all week. Many of them are complete, but there's still some that need some attention, and they're getting attention. We're also working on the priority JCPS routes. The JCPS has provided us as well, and we're providing attention to them, as well as some of the assistance that we've provided around the University of Louisville campus to help them get their campus to back up to full speed as well. And then there's some other areas as well that we've provided some extra support to around, for example, the Norton Track and Field Center, where the Urban League is hosting a very large track and field meet. People are coming from around the country to Louisville starting today, and some other areas like that. In addition to our local snow team, I do want to give a shout out and a thanks to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. They're helping us today as well with some of our routes. I also want to make a reminder that the snow routes that we have, they are not every street in Louisville. Please check the snow routes that we have posted online. We'll continue to post those snow routes on my social media channels. We want you to be aware of the snow routes that we are focused on. Those snow routes go back historically. And most of the time, because Mother Nature helps us out as well, and we get some sun or some warming, no one really focuses on why are certain roads on the snow route and why are not. We know that the road that you travel on is the road that's most important, and that goes for everyone in our city. So once we can take a deep breath next week and evaluate all of our operations this week, we're going to reevaluate all of those snow routes. For example, why is not English Station Road in the East End on the snow route? That's an incredibly good attention. That needs our attention right now. It's getting our attention, but it was not on our list of snow routes that we inherited before this historic storm. Similarly, in the South End, why is Bluegrass Avenue not on the snow route? Again, we're giving that some attention right now, and we're going to reevaluate the entire snow route map before, hopefully, our next storm as well. But normally this doesn't matter because, again, Mother Nature helps out. People get back to moving again. But I do just want to remind everyone one more time that this was a historic snowfall, 10 inches of accumulation, the most snow we've seen in over 25 years, and we're expecting more tomorrow. The latest forecast from the National Weather Service shows us is predicting that we're going to get between 3 and 5 inches of snow tomorrow, starting in the morning with the heaviest snowfall projected to be between 3 p.m. and midnight tomorrow. So with that in mind, I want to tell you what we're going to be doing over the next 36 hours. As you can imagine, we've gone through a lot of salt this week. In fact, over 30 million pounds of salt have been applied to the roadways throughout the entire city of Louisville and Jefferson County. So today, some of our trucks are not on the routes, but they're actually replenishing the 4 salt domes that we have around the city, taking them from our underground storage location to the salt domes so that we're ready tomorrow morning when more snowfall arrives. Right now, there's about a 3-hour wait for additional salt right along the river where we get it from at the wholesaler down by the river. But since we have our own underground storage that still has large amounts of salt stored, we're going to be primarily transporting salt from our underground storage into our snow domes to restock those before tomorrow. So if you see some trucks that are driving around the county today and they don't have the plows down, they don't look like they're working, they're probably one of those trucks that's hauling salt from our underground storage location by the zoo to one of the 4 salt dome locations. But our crews are continuing to work 24 hours, and they will be back at it tomorrow with their plows and their salt when the snow arrives tomorrow. We've received some questions about brining. We are not brining the roads today, primarily because the air and the road surface temperatures are too low for brining to be effective, and there's already so much salt on the streets. Again, we've applied 30 million pounds of salt to our streets, much of which, I know some has been washed away, much of which, though, is still on. But knowing that there's more snowfall coming, knowing that our crews have been working 24 hours a day since Sunday morning, we are going to supplement on top of all of that work. Our snow teams are not stopping. They are going to continue to work as long as we need to. But on top of that, we have activated our emergency contractor for snow assistance. And so they are going to start helping us on some of our main thoroughfares starting tomorrow morning. There are going to be 12 additional crews on top of our Metro Snow team that are going to be working for at least 48 hours, primarily on our multi-lane main roads throughout the city to, again, supplement on top of what our Metro Snow team is working on. So that's what Louisville Metro government has been doing. That's what we're going to continue to do. And now is here where we could use some help from folks out in this community. As we've said before, we need people to help get all of our sidewalks cleaned. It's not just about getting cars moving, but we want people to be able to walk and get moving again as well. And so please, if there are sidewalks, if you are the property owner, it is your responsibility to maintain and shovel your sidewalk. I want to give a thanks to Goodwill and their Another Way program who's out today helping with snow removal on sidewalks. Also, we have certain, in addition to the snow routes, some of those are emergency snow routes. We have a slide here to show you of what the emergency snow routes are throughout the city. We need all cars removed from those emergency routes. In the event of an emergency, not that we expect an emergency, but we do want to be as safe as possible with public safety as our top priority. If you're parked on one of these emergency snow routes, please move your car by midnight tonight. If you need more detail about what this map is, that's available online. We're posting it on my social media channels. It also has a list by street name in addition to the map to tell you what the emergency routes are. So please, if you've parked on one of these, move your cars to help our plows continue to finish those roads up, but also tomorrow, when we get the snows, that we can get those emergency routes plowed first and keep those clear. We're getting lots of questions about JCPS. Again, JCPS makes their decisions about whether Jefferson County Public Schools will be open or closed, not Louisville Metro government. Our understanding is that they are going to be making a decision about tomorrow, later this afternoon, or this evening. TARC. TARC is still operating on reduced routes and will continue to operate on reduced routes through Sunday. Their routes and how they're operating are posted on TARC's website if you would like more information about that. As our libraries continue to drop, our white flag operations and warming shelters and partners are still operating and will continue to do so. And we still have our libraries and community centers and neighborhood place locations that are open tomorrow in case people lose power, in case they need a place to recharge, in case they don't have heat and just need a place to warm up. So that's a lot about what we've done and what's going to happen. I want to wrap things up with some positive things that we've seen during this historic snowfall over the past several days. People helping people. Louisville is known for hospitality. We welcome the world to our city every year, whether it's the Kentucky Derby, the PGA Championship, Bourbon or Beyond, or the so many other wonderful events that we have every year here in Louisville. But you also see that hospitality shine during challenging situations like historic snowfalls. And I just wanted to share two of those. First, I want to thank Shane Crow Jr. and Mason Goodrich. These are two brothers and two of our JCPS students who spent their day yesterday cleaning off sidewalks for some of their elderly neighbors. Mason is a sophomore at PRP, and Shane is a senior at Male. This is what Louisville is about. Folks like Shane and Mason who are going the extra mile to help their neighbors. Thanks to them and thanks to everyone across our entire city that has helped out neighbors or other ones that are in need during the challenging past couple days. And finally, I want to make an introduction to the newest member of the Louisville Metro government family. Meet Reed Jeffrey McKinney. He was born on December 27th, and he's been in the NICU getting a little extra love and care since he was born on December 27th. His mom, Jenna McKinney, works with us in solid waste management. And she sent us a nice note that I just wanted to share with all of my colleagues on the snow team throughout Louisville Metro government and the entire county as well. Quote, I want to let the snow team know that because of their hard work, we were able to get to the hospital every day to see him, end quote. Folks, this is what this is all about, helping each other, whether it's our colleagues on the snow team that are dedicated public servants every day and you see their service particularly during times like this, or whether it's neighbors helping neighbors as well. Please continue to help others. Please continue to stay warm, stay safe, stay informed, and use caution because as we talked about at the beginning and as you've probably seen, there are still some areas with the freezing cold temperatures that we have that are not yet perfect. So even when you get out and about, please continue to use caution. We're going to continue working for as long as the snow is falling. Thank you all very much for everything that you've done. We'll continue at it. With that, I'm happy to take any questions.
Hello, Mayor. I wanted to ask about garbage pickup. Has there been many runs for garbage throughout apartment complexes and housing?
Have there been, one second, let me get a quick answer on that.
Yes. Garbage should be picked up today and tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, so the question was about garbage pickup, and garbage was picked up today, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So the question again was about garbage pickup yesterday and today and tomorrow. Garbage service has resumed.
Is there any possibility of crews hitting those neighborhood streets with the more snowfall coming
Right.
either now or later on in the future once we continue and clear up those major routes?
Thank you. The question was about whether the snow team is going to hit neighborhood streets that have not yet been touched. Right now, again, because of we are going the extra mile, we are doing more than our snow routes require, and that we've stated with helping out with JCPS, with U of L, and in other targeted areas. Some of these streets, like I mentioned earlier, in the east end and the south end, the west end that are not on the snow route probably should be. We'll get them added, but we need to address those as well. We're going to continue working right now because of the snow and the preparations that we have to make for tomorrow's projected snowfall as well, because we also have to, because we've used 30 million pounds of salt and have to transport salt from our underground reserves to the salt domes because of the line at the wholesaler. We're not able to get to every road that we want to get to, particularly some of the neighborhood roads. So we don't know yet the answer to that question. We're going to have to see what the snowfall tomorrow is all about. We are trying to get to as many roads as we can. We're bringing on extra support using an emergency contractor. Again, 12 crews that are going to be working an additional 48 hours at a minimum on top of all of our snow team continuing to work now for the 6 days straight, 24 hours a day in alternating 12-hour shifts. We're trying to get as many roads as we can, and we'll continue to do that for the foreseeable future.
Talk about how the snow removal is going on those priority JCPS routes, and will that continue into the weekend?
Yes, the question was about how is the snow removal going on the priority JCPS routes. Many of their priority routes overlap with our snow routes, so that's good. We've made really good progress on many of the others as well. So we believe that, again, we don't know what tomorrow will bring, but we believe by the end of the day today, most of those routes will be in good shape. Not yet perfect for any road. Again, use caution, but we will have made significant improvement towards those routes that JCPS provided us with.
Gotta commend the crews, they're working 24/7. When I was out on one of those snow routes yesterday, I saw it hadn't been treated. I updated the map. It said it hadn't been treated since I've been out there, didn't see a single truck. How accurate is that map? Can people truly rely on it, especially on some of those more neighborhood snow routes?
So are you talking, the question was about how reliable is the map and whether what you read on the map reflects it. Is that, and so are you talking about a street that is on the snow route?
Those purple streets that hadn't been treated by at some point,
Yeah.
606, a lot of neighbors said they hadn't seen a truck out there.
So here's the challenge. This is another area that we are going to be evaluating after this storm, is depending on the timing of when routes are completed, and depending on when accumulation falls, you might not see as much progress as you would expect. Just because a road was plowed once, or just because salt was applied, doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. And for 36 hours, as we had the accumulation of the snow, and then the freezing rain and the snow again, depending on the timing of when that truck went through, impacted the next morning when you woke up, for example, what the road looked like. Or if a truck went through in the middle of the night, no one would have seen the truck because hopefully everyone was speaking. All that said, we know not every road on the snow route is yet in perfect condition. Deputy Mayor George, myself, Deputy Mayor James, Director Kern, every few hours we're having team calls with the entire snow team. We are going through roads that are still on the snow route that need extra attention. There's a lot of different reasons for that. Some roads, particularly in the outer parts of our county, are more challenging than flat, straight roads that are 4 lanes wide. Different amount of cars travel on each road. So there are lots of reasons for that. I can't give you a specific answer on that particular road. But what we need people to do is when you see a road that's on the snow route that does not appear like it's in perfect shape yet, please call 311 and let us know. Getting that information is helpful. Again, we're going to continue to improve this process. I'm really proud of our team. I feel like we've made great progress. We'll continue to work on it. But I hope everyone can be a little bit patient. And when you see a challenged area, call 311 and let us know so we can get it right. Yes, Max?
With that map, strongly focused on downtown. Any suggestions that you can talk a little bit about those cars that are currently barricaded in and Oval Street, downtown street, any suggestions who won't be able to move their cars?
In terms of on the emergency snow routes?
Yes.
Yeah, if folks are not able to move their car, they should call 311 also. We'll see if there's anything we can do to help, but we would encourage people, again, if they're able to move their car, please do that by midnight tonight if you're on one of those emergency routes.
When it comes to snow clearance, is it correct that unincorporated cities don't get help from the city, but they are taxpaying citizens? Can you explain why is that?
The question was about whether unincorporated areas of the city don't get snow coverage from the city. That is not correct. Last night, Deputy Mayor George, myself, Councilman Stuart Benson, Representative John Hodson, we drove around the southeastern part of our county as one example. Earlier yesterday morning at my briefing, I read some roads that are, just like you mentioned, are on the snow route, were not in as good of shape as we expected them to be in. We gave attention throughout the day. Deputy Mayor George and I went ourselves to ensure that those snow routes had made progress, which they had made significant progress. All of those are unincorporated areas of the county. So that is not a correct statement.
One more question? You guys good?
All right, well, let's hope the sun continues to shine as long as possible. We'll continue to keep everybody up to date on all the latest efforts. Thanks again to the entire snow team.